Hello, and welcome to the fourth episode of the CGarchitect Podcast. I'm your host, Ricardo Eloy, and today we have a very special episode lined up for you. We're diving deep into the world of digital entertainment entrepreneurship with two remarkable guests. Joining me today are Andre Luis, the visionary creator of Trojan Horse Was a Unicorn, THU, and Claudio Meireles, the dynamic head of communities at Chaos. Together, they'll be discussing the exciting launch of the fourth edition of the Talent League. For those who may not know, the Talent League is a groundbreaking 12-week program designed to support and mentor the next generation of digital entertainment entrepreneurs. It's a collaborative effort between Chaos and THU, aiming to nurture fresh talent and innovative ideas in our industry. In this episode, we'll explore the origins of the Talent League, its impact on the community, and what participants can expect from this year's edition. We'll also get insights from Andre and Claudio on the importance of mentorship, the future of digital entertainment, and how initiatives like this are shaping the next wave of creative professionals. So, sit back, relax, and get ready for an inspiring conversation about the future of our industry. Let's dive into the Talent League with Andre Luis and Claudio Meireles.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Claudio and André, for being here today in our podcast.
A pleasure, and thank you. It's so weird to change from Portuguese to English, so let's warm up this a bit.
Likewise.
Yeah, it is a little weird, right? If you guys know, you guys that are watching don't know, the three of us speak Portuguese. And we were speaking in Portuguese before we started recording, but of course we can't speak Portuguese on the podcast, so that's why we're in English. Anyway, guys, just so you guys remember, André is the creator of THU, this very small festival, which happens to be the most important festival in the world. And Claudio is the head of communities at Chaos. And today we're here to discuss the Talent League, which is an awesome initiative. And I would love to hear Andre talk a little bit about it. What is the Talent League?
So Talent League is a program that started 5 years ago, I think, during the pandemic in 2020 with Sony. Sony came up to us with the problem that they were having difficulty to connect young creators. Number one, there is a lack of ideas. There is a lack of innovation in the market in terms of ideas for the creative world. And the second thing is, when the ideas are there, there is no way or no place for any place to develop the ideas to a certain stage where they can actually develop a product. So it was more or less these two problems they came up to the table in 2019. And we spent a couple of months trying to identify what could we do, because at the time, THU didn't have any kind of program like this. At 2019, we had the main event, and that's it, to be honest and fair. That was the only thing we had so it was a scary briefing for us, how to develop an accelerator, number one, at the same time develop something that will make young creators to apply, because nowadays nobody wants to apply to nothing. What was a problem 5 years ago is even a problem bigger now. So there's a lack of commitment or next step of courage. I don't know what it is, but it's true. So for 3 years, we developed this program with Sony, and we discovered incredible things. To be honest, once again, in the first 2 years, we didn't get it to how to actually develop in a certain way the accelerator, because the output of the project were good, but there was always something missing. In the third year, we got it. Not only we had a lot of submissions or more submissions, But we also refine the methodology that allow us that in 8 weeks to have from idea to a prototype in a high level quality. So that was pretty incredible to see the results. So the project with Sony was 3 years, and when we are actually understanding what's next, Chaos comes on board and say, "Let's do it. We want to develop the communities around the world. Do you want to target young creators? So can you do this with us?" So that's what we are doing now. Like with Chaos, we continue the process of Talent League that is resuming is accelerator of ideas for young creators. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And our goal is to develop the next generation of entrepreneurs. It's our goal.
Awesome.
So that's what we are trying for in a methodology that has been evolving. And now in a fourth generation of Talent League, we are doing a lot of updates. Every edition we made an update because we're listening the participants, we listen the young creators, and we understand, or we try to understand what was missing. So that was because, like always at THU, we are always failing, always doing mistakes, always learning and learning and learning. So that's the thing of THU. And obviously, I think, obviously no, but honestly, all the projects should go in this direction with the most open mentality as possible. Mm-hmm. So this is it, Ricardo. After 3 minutes talking about Talent League, this is what is Talent League, or what we are trying to do for.
Well, but those 3 minutes were awesome because I have a lot of questions already. And first of all is, what do you call young talents exactly? Because of course, like I'm almost 50 and my mother says I'm young. So like,
who are the young
talents?
It was one of the biggest discussions actually during the beginning of Talent League was what was the age to call young. During the first time, like for me was young is under 30, like at least the target that I believe that, well, this is not 100% correct, but when you, at least for me, before I turned 30, if I had a problem like this, my confidence will boost, my mindset will change in a different way. Not saying that after 30 I don't need something like this, but the mindset is a bit different when you are in your 20s. And in the first Talent League, this was the average age was from 18 to 30, I believe. But like you said, we are still young after 30s. And we came up to, and now it's 35. So we decided 35. Okay, guys, after 35, we have the maturity and the networking in theory that allow you to go to use different projects, different angles to develop your career. However, for young creators, we don't have nothing like this, or there's few things like this. So let's try to help in as much as we can in targeting and make sure that we prepare this project for that specific age that we are looking for.
And is there like a requirement for these young talents? For example, like I know many people that are already a little over their 30s that, they work in studios, they're well established. Can they participate as well?
Yes, the goal is to bring to the first row all the incredible artists or creators, not artists, like even developers, like creators to the front stage, to the big stage. Like a lot of THU is always it has been a project for introverts, and we've been trying to develop or bring the courage or give the light of hope to all the introverts, saying we are here to listening you, we are here to talk with you. So all the incredible minds that are out there that somehow they never had the courage to step up and bring their ideas to life. And I still remember in 2016, in one of the THUs, that I had the chance to check the sketchbooks because I never had the time to actually see the sketchbooks of the tribe. And this resonates a lot because when I started seeing the sketchbook of the tribe members in 2016, I was like mind blowing, like what the hell? Like there is incredible gems here, incredible ideas, but I know they will never see the light because these young creators, they don't believe that it's possible. They don't even know how to start. So Talent League for me, if you are under 35, you are working in a company, you have been working for years, but you want to do something difference. You want to bring an idea that you for sure have. I'm 100% sure that 99.9% of creators in the creative industry, they have their own ideas. So this is the chance to actually, you can speed up your idea. It starts just submitting a briefing, an idea, and we will develop that idea for 8 weeks with the best mentors in the planet in a global stage. That's the thing.
Hmm. And what kind of ideas are we talking about? Like most, events and most initiatives like that are usually focusing on, like animations and short films and stuff like that, right? Like we will help you to produce your short film or whatever. What kind of ideas are we talking about here in the Talent League?
That's a wonderful question that brings a terrible answer. In a way that it's actually interesting, because in the last couple of months we have been realizing that THU is the only ecosystem that we don't care about if it's animation, games, and actually had a conversation with a big brand, and they said they never sponsor or being in touch with THU because we are not just focus driven in one thing. So we had to explain that for us as THU as a mission is to develop the creative economies around the world. So for us, it's everything that is about creative economies, like can be a game, a movie, an app, uh, something. We are working about digital therapies. We are working about education. Can be anything that you use the creative mediums to develop something that will help society in an entertainment world or even education world, science world. As finalists from last year, two incredible French guys, they developed VR experience to teach you sign language. So it can be multiple avenues. And for us, THU, what we are aiming for with Chaos, and Chaos embraced this really well, is it's about like the whole ecosystem. We can't like put you in the box. I don't like the boxes. Like, oh, because you are doing games, it's games forever, or animations forever. No, you are cross media. It's about how do you see that you have an idea to solve a problem or to bring something special to the table. And that's what we are looking for. We want to open the minds of everyone out there that they just want to make the difference or prove that they can actually make something special to the world. That's what I'm looking for.
Great, that's awesome. And since you mentioned Chaos joining the boat, Claudio, what is exactly Chaos doing or hoping from this initiative?
So we are joining the mission with THU to help to develop entrepreneurs in the creative industry, to for them to become from creatives to doers, to be transformed into doers. And on that mission, THU is the perfect partner for us to bring this forward. The Talent League already has a legacy of 3 editions. We have saw those winners from those editions. Actually, we are working with one of them, with the Josie Heroes team, the last edition winners from Ivory Coast. They joined other programs of Chaos. So we saw the potential of joining forces with THU to develop the Talent League and also to support artists post Talent League as well. So that's our mission over here.
That's great. And anyone can apply, right? Like wherever they are in the world, whatever they do, they can apply. They're free to apply, right?
And this year, to make sure that we can give more chances, we decided to go regional. That's also something interesting we learned, because we saw the potential of the impact of the programs, especially last year, actually the second year with the team from Kenya, and last year from the team from Ivory Coast. We saw, what was a lucky strike. These talents, they had the chance to go to the finals, but was a lucky strike. We know that from America, Europe, we have more chances you are more prepared to apply to this kind of projects. So normally you have more chances to succeed, to be one of the finalists. However, we had the lucky strike that in the second edition and third edition, there was 2 teams from Africa that actually got to be in the finalists. And we saw the potential of the impact in the local ecosystems. So one of the biggest struggles for us is how can we actually scale when how can we scale something that is really hard to scale, because it's about the focus that makes the impact, that makes the project successful. So after long hours, actually months, discussing even with Chaos, and thanks God they accepted the offer, like to go regional, and to decided to, okay, let's have a chance. The first phase, we can have teams in Africa, teams in South America, teams in North America, teams in Europe, teams in Asia, and let's have like 5 different teams or 5 different regions. So these teams can actually, it can help more people. It can actually help in a different way and give more chances of success. And after this, we have a second phase that the finalists of this first phase, they will go to a big finale, and the winners will go to the last phase that will conclude in our other program that is Creator Circle. But that's the thing, like you can apply in all over the world, number one. And second, we are making sure that we have more chances or the same chances with everyone in terms of regions. So we are competing with Africa, we're competing in Asia, Europe in the first phase. And that is something I'm really looking forward, because we saw the impact of the first 3 editions, especially the last 2, where we can actually change lives and change families and change industries itself. Like things in Kenya and Ivory Coast, they have been developing based on this project, like slowly, but the impact is there and the seed is there already. So we see incredible stuff starting from this program. So I'm really looking forward to see the next steps.
And I would even add here that you can see that the talents, the artists, entrepreneurs, they have already the talent there. They already have the skills, but there are parts that, like any professional, they're missing. For example, how to pitch their idea to at work to an investor. Depends on the audience that they have in front of them, but those are all skills that they can acquire here. And André was mentioning very well the Creator Circle, the other program from THU. At the Creator Circle, these teams have really the opportunity to pitch to investors, to follow up with their project and become something bigger, scale it.
Because by the end of the day, well, we all know the problems that our industry has. We all know the importance also that the industry has in the world. But we always see that we're always in terrible cycles, always complaining, always like there is no change that allow us to go and see, no, this is something that we can see a new generation of ideas and creators, that we can start to see a fresh air. And this happened because the majority of the programs, or the way the industry is done, is like segregate everything. So I know it's super hard what we are doing or trying to do, but we don't want number one, segregate. It's important. But the second thing is seeing the creators as entrepreneurs. That is also something a bit like unique. Like for me, even with AI coming, I know that indies is going to grow. I know that the opportunities on front of us, that to develop a new generation of content of creators, it's huge. AI can be super bad for a lot of reasons, but in a lot of reasons can help a lot of like young creators to actually develop their ideas in a way that was impossible before. So for us, the Talent League is, even the beginning before AI was about this, like don't segregate and start seeing creators as entrepreneurs and giving the language or the knowledge that allow them to be successful in the market, that by the end of the day, why you don't bring your idea to life? Because you don't have the skills, or you don't have the mindset, or you don't have the networking. So that's also like the complexity or the simplicity, if you can go in the other way, like of Talent League, is it will give you the network that you need, number one, and you give you like the conversations and the knowledge that you need to understand, let's say, the rules of the game in an easy way, ABC, and go on. And so that's the beauty of Talent League that we have been refining, and it's a scary and crazy project. I don't deny. It's the most complex project of THU. I don't deny. I'm scared, super scared. I don't deny. And by the end of the day, every edition we start with this ambition of changing the world and changing the industry, and we have been successfully, I should say, that bringing something new to the table or moving forward. And I really hope this new edition that is going, like Claudio was saying, global, giving like all the tools that allow you to go to the next step. We can see the results in India. You can see the results in Ivory Coast. You can see the results in Kenya, in Cape Verde. All the programs, all the projects, all the places that already submitted ideas, and maybe we can start seeing changes in the near future.
That's the thing. Going regional here on this new edition of Talent League, which is something new that is being added, goes on the direction that André was saying. The last two editions was a strike, was a luck that great teams, great talent arrived to the finals over there from Ivory Coast, from Kenya. But what we see here by going regional, it's also to impact the regions where the Talent League is present, because one team. Let me focus here on the Josie Heroes from Afro VFX. One team being from Ivory Coast can change a lot of the creative economy in Ivory Coast, but many teams coming from Africa, that means that a whole creative economy can change, it can go forward, because there is a lot of attention that is attracted to those regions, to those teams, and of course to all the infrastructure that goes around those teams. And the Talent League, it's putting the light and the focus on over there.
And for me, the most beautiful thing is like seeing everyone as equal, because we know that a lot of programs happening in different regions, especially Africa, you go with a different mindset in a way. So having like a line that everyone will have access to the same thing will allow us to actually understand, to be honest, a lot of things. But we saw last year with Ivory Coast, they step up. We have no mercy. Like, you are here, you need to step up, and they step up. Like from when they started until the end was outstanding. And that's also something beautiful we saw, and we are scared because you always be careful because the background is not the same. But the reality is, if you treat everyone with respect and you are honest and push in the right way, you will see the right results. And the second edition we saw with the team from Kenya, and the last edition with the team from Ivory Coast. So I'm really looking forward to actually go to move for more teams and see more impact. And it's really interesting. Again, scary, but super interesting.
And each region has their own specificities. In India, with so many teams there in such a big infrastructure, or other regions with less teams and less infrastructure. Each region has their own specificities. So that's going to be an interesting point to see going forward.
And I'd like to say that this regional element gives a sense of fairness to the whole thing, because we are aware that not every region has the same access to stuff, right? Be it equipment, be it software, be it whatever, right? And having this regional phase, if we may call it like that, it's very interesting because it gives the people the opportunity to step up to their peers, actually, right? And
hopefully gives less fear, because Ricardo, the most important thing for us at some point is, and I remember I had this conversation, that our success is not, or should see the success in terms of how many submissions you receive. That is how many people we give courage to it. So it's all about can we give courage. So how can we make sure that we can seed in the minds of everyone, or even families, like okay, that you have a cousin, that you have someone in the family that have an idea, but how can you push him to actually submit? So it's all about the courage we can bring to the table that eventually can start leading the change. Something we learned, that we know that the finalists will be fantastic. We know that everything will go in a right way. But the biggest change that we can have in the community, in the industry, is the amount of people we can actually communicate and give the courage to submit. Even the project is terrible. Just the action of taking the actions to actually try. Because one of the things we try is to go back to everyone that was not, didn't been able to go to the finalists. We try to help everyone that submits. We try to give feedback. We try to understand how can we help. So that's one of the things of THU. I always say is a challenge, but by the end of this day, it's because we need to have a winner. Let's say this, but we try to help as everyone that actually applied, and even the finalists from last edition that they didn't win. That was like this. We talked with others we talked with everyone with 100% transparency about, okay, this is going to be this way. This is the way you're going to do. So we are not going to win, but we want to help you on this and this way. So it's always this process of continuation that is also makes everything for me. It's what drives me forward, to have like accountability and continuation in everything we do. So success for me by the end of the day of Talent League, and we mentioned this with Claudio, is how many people we can give the courage to submit an idea. That's what I'm aiming for in the next, and I'm pushing the last 30 days is like more. Let's do it. And that's the way you need to do it.
That's an amazing opportunity, really. And I'm just thinking that I'm kind of sad that I'm well over 35 now. Because
one day we'll have a program for elders. One day.
Yeah, right. For the retired.
Well, but the main event nowadays is for seniors, so it's more for you than for young creators. So we need to balance. At THU, we are trying to balance, actually. We know that we are trying to balance, and we need to, because I remember like at some point the THU conversation was so high level at the main event that the young kids complain.
And rightfully so.
So we decreased the conversations and the seniors complain. So now we understood that, okay, everyone has their own stage. So let's make sure we gave the right stage to everyone and the same opportunities to everyone. So for you don't have Talent League, but for example, you have the main event. See?
Yeah. So there's something for everyone, right? Let's talk about dates. The timeline of the Talent League. How is it going to work? Like, are the submissions already started?
The submissions will end by the end of 15th of August, if I'm correct, something in that area. And mentorships will start in October. We'll select the finalists, and the finalists will start in October, end of October. Until the end of the year, they will have the 8 weeks. And by January, February, and March, we'll have the regional finals, where actually we are going to have physical events. One of the things we decided is to fly all the finalists to one location and to give 2 days of physical mentorships, physical guidance, and at the same time, like in a way, or like a Shark Tank, to decide what will be the project that goes to the next step. This project also became super special because the same way we decided to do these physical events for the finalists, with the same thing we decided to give for free to the local communities, a free event of THU of 1 or 2 days. We are still like refining. Some locations will be 1 day, the other location will be 2 days, of from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. free education, free content for the local communities. And that's also something that is new and scary once again, because we never like bringing the THU philosophy, THU environment, finding the right places, the right vibe for us to do what we need to do to send the message is not easy, as if you organize events, and especially with THU philosophy of there's no VIPs and there is no corporate environments, and the goal is to have like a safe place for conversation. It's not easy. But also this is something that is in timeline is 15th of August. By the end of October, we'll have the program of the 8 weeks for the finalists. And in the first 3 months of the year, we are going to have these physical events to choose the finalists. And until May, we are going to decide in Creator Circle who will be the who will be the big winner of Talent League 2004 edition. Not 2000, because now it's 2 years. It's a 12 months program nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a whole circle.
That's really inspiring. Really, I've known you for a long time, and I can tell that this is going to be awesome and transformative. It will transform people's lives, really, because I've seen what THU does to people, and I can only imagine what the Talent League will do.
I hope so. I'm already tired, so I don't. It is the way, so we will follow the way as always. So we hope this is. We will learn for sure. We'll make a lot of failures. We'll fail for sure, but this is the way to do it, I think. And I really hope we have more support, and everyone listening to this podcast can share the word and allow us to actually help more people. That's the way to go. And that's it. This is recorded, our faces, because I'm always struggling with my hands and all the stuff. People will see our faces.
Don't worry. Yeah, they're seeing our face. Don't worry.
Okay.
That's why I have this whole setup here. Right? I don't usually work like that with lights and stuff.
Okay. No
All
pressure. Okay. Thank you again for the opportunity to actually explain the project and attract different audience. So thank you so much for this.
No, the pleasure was whole mine. Believe me, it was an actual pleasure to have you two here to talk about such an amazing initiative. And I hope people come to the Talent League and people submit their ideas and everything. And let's see what comes next, right?
We'll know.
Very simple. 18 to 20 to 35, innovative idea on the creative industry. Just apply. That's it. And at the Talent League, we are all waiting for the creative artists, everyone with an idea. In this case of CGarchitect, we have all the CGarchitect audience that fit right in on what the Talent League purpose is as well.
Yeah.
And
So
thank you.
thanks, guys, for being here, for being with us, for explaining this amazing initiative. And you guys that are listening to us, you'll probably hear a lot more about the Talent League in the following days. You have like 2 weeks to submit your ideas. So let's see what you come up with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So bye-bye. See you in the next one. Take care.
Bye.
Sim, já foi.